Hey Bobcats, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to look at the angles that are created by parallel lines and transversal. Okay, so you may be wondering what that means. So I'm going to draw you a picture. First of all, I'm going to draw a set of parallel lines. Parallel lines are lines that run next to each other. They never ever intersect. And when we were dealing with systems of linear equations, that was like a no solution because they never crossed. Okay, so here's your parallel lines. A transversal is just a line that cuts across all of them. Cuts across both those parallel lines, okay? So this is what it looks like. This is a set of parallel lines and a transversal. So we're going to take a look, we're going to use what we already know about some angle measurements, and then we're going to apply them to this, okay? Now, let me just start by saying, if you know what this angle right here is equal to the measure, you can find the measure of every single other angle, okay? And let me show you what I mean by that. First of all, we have vertical angles right here, correct? Okay. These are supplementary, okay, so you'll be able to find that, and then this is vertical angle to this. Now I also want to show you how we can get to the other side with this. So I have some tissue paper. I have this great stuff that in my classroom. It's called patty paper, and I use it on these types of lessons, and I don't have it with me. It's at work. It's at school in the classroom. Okay. All right, so check it out. If I just filled in that angle. Now if I slide it down the transversal, you can see that it fits exactly in that angle. So what that means is that this angle and this angle have an equal measure. So they're what we call corresponding, which we'll get to another day. But we're saying that this angle, this angle, this angle, and then this angle right here, because it's a vertical angle to that one, are all congruent, okay? So let me fill this in a little bit better because it's a little blotchy. So we already cited this angle and this angle are congruent, so I'm gonna make them green. Okay, and then we slid it down and we could see that this angle right here is congruent to this angle right here. And then this angle and this angle are vertical angles, so these are also congruent. So when you have parallel lines cut by a transversal, all four of these angles would be the same measure, okay? The same thing happens with the opposite angles. So this angle right here, we could figure out the measure of that angle because this angle and this angle are supplementary, so we would just subtract this angle measure from 180 to find that one. Then these are vertical angles. Okay, and just like before, we should be able to just slip this down and it should fit in perfectly, and you can see that it does. Okay, so this angle is congruent to the other two that are purple. And these two angles right here are vertical. So there you have it. So in coming days, I'm gonna give you names for all these angle relationships. But for today, I just want you to be able to find the measure of all the angles. So let's do one quick example, and then I'm gonna cut you loose to work on IXL. Okay, so let's say we have two parallel lines. I'm going to do them vertically this time, just so you're exposed to different ways of looking at this. And let's say your transversal cuts across here. All right. Now we're going to be given one angle measure. So let's say that this angle right here is 112 degrees. All right, well, let's go ahead and fill in the rest. Okay, This angle and this angle are considered vertical angles. This angle and this angle, if you just slide it down the transversal, and here I'll show you with the tissue paper. Okay, if we slide it down, it fits in perfectly. So this angle is also going to be 112 degrees. Then these are vertical angles, so this is 112 degrees. Now let's go through and find the other angles. These are supplementary right here, so that means they add to 180 degrees. So if this is 112, then this needs to be 68 degrees, because 112 plus 68 is 180 degrees. Now these are vertical. Okay. Now we can do the same thing here. We can slide this angle down, and I'll even show you. Okay, slide it down here. You can see that it is a perfect match. It is congruent. So this is going to be 68 degrees. And then vertical angles say that this is going to be 68 degrees. Okay, I hope that's pretty straightforward for you. And like I said before, in the coming days, we're going to learn the names for all these angle relationships. But for now, just if you can find the measures, you're going to be great. Let me know if you have any questions today, Bobcats. Have a great day.